Shalom, shalom, shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely, lovely early morning in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Just coming with another a short message. I will say this though. I slept pretty good last night. I thank the Most High, Ahaya, that I slept good and I didn't feel as sick as I felt in the last 3 days, really. And I woke up not as sick, and I just thank the Most High for that. So with me, it's like on the 4th day of this here. I don't know what it is, what I can call it, but on the 4th day, you should get better. Let's put it like that. On the 4th day of whatever it is that they are dispersing out here, you should get better. First of all, I want to let you all know something, okay? People don't understand that Ahaya did not create seasons to make us sick, okay? That's not in his plan. He has not orchestrated that. That's just like when the wheat was grown, and then the terry woke up, and the terry was in the presence of the wheat, and the father said, "Let it." In the parable, let them grow together. I will do the separate. So let's look at the word flu. Honestly, we have to understand, and we're not going to understand because it's finished. So Sister Deborah knows that it's finished and people are never going to understand it. But I just thank the Father for allowing me to understand spirit and truth, because the truth of the matter is there wasn't never a such thing as a flu. And now they orchestrate everything to go according to the way they want you to believe it and how they want you to take it here. And people take it here, 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 here. They make sure they put it here. And they lock it in as so. So a lot of things we have gotten out of the order of Ahaya and have went into the order of man, which is the normal for the Hebrews, because every time Ahaya said one thing or told them to do one thing, they did the opposite. So that's about right. That's what you call a stiff-neck rebellion and disobedient. People who never, ever believe in following rules. So here they are in their captive land, and they're not going to follow rules there. So it's a lot of people on these platforms giving them information, and they rather eat up from the plate in which they pile up on them. They put the plate in front of them, then they pile it up with all kind of food, and the food is word to entertain and they eats it up. People don't understand they're still eating that forbidden fruit, and they don't grip it. They can't grip what they actually are doing. They are eating the forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit is not like fruit in which you eat. It's what you entertain in your mindset, and people loving this, and they're eating it from all these media platforms. That's why I call them the devil platform, because they come to kill, steal, and destroy your thought pattern and the way you think and the way you should think, and they master it. And Hebrews, they always believe in Israel, always believe in an idol God. They always wanted to serve and search the things that was separate from Ahaya. Okay, so they always go after something that's not speaking truth. Did y'all know that? This here, your nation is known for going after idols, things that's not true. That's what they reminisce in things that are not true. That's their favorite thing, is to get involved in things that is not true. They like their idol gods. They like something they can worship, see and worship and believe. So this is the norm. You're not going to counteract that, nor are you going to be able to get from among that when you have allowed it to be your whole network as far as your thinking process and your feeling process. So that's just something that they're gonna die that way. So as I was sitting here and I was just thinking of the flu. Let's take the flu. Now with the flu, why is it man orchestrates that? They tell you when it started, when it stopped. They tell you when it come in and how it come in and what it reveals, because it's something they have put out during a season. It's their work of their hands. It has nothing to do with your body. It's not something that the Father has allowed in the seasons in which He has made. He created 4 seasons, and none of them seasons come to harm you, kill you, hurt you, or destroy you. You'll never find anywhere in any Bible or anywhere telling you that the seasons come after you to take your life. And you don't understand the work of the Satan in man comes to kill and steal and destroy. You know how many people die of the flu throughout a year? This is the flu that man has put out there. It's a chemical. It's something they put out in the air. Okay, and if your immune system, I don't know if it's low or high. I say if it's low and poor, it's coming after you. And even if your immune system is not, you subject to catch what they are putting out. That's how they're able to tell you when it started, what's the symptoms, and don't think they went to school and they learned that stuff. They didn't learn none of that. This is from their hands, their wicked hands. And why they've done it, and why they've done it so long and so successful, is because this country is the dumbest country in the whole wide world. They believe anything the people, the Europeans, tell them, and they go for it. They go for it. Like Sister Deborah, I remember working and they were telling us it's mandatory to get the flu shot. I told them no, I ain't getting nothing. I don't do what people tell me to do. I don't just get involved in all the things that they have me to get. I think about the time when they were saying your children need this shot. I made sure my kids went to had all their shots, all their dental work, all the things that they had said that they needed. You know, I always made sure. But looking back over life itself and see that man has orchestrated everything. So the flu is not something that a higher has caused to come during a certain season. It is what man puts out. It's a biochemical that man's put out there. So in case y'all didn't know that. And it you know why no one tamper with Sister Deborah when she talking? They know ain't nobody listening. And that's a good thing for me. Because only he that has an ear, a higher says. He that has an ear shall hear. You know? And let's set another example. Look at daylight savings. You don't need to tamper with daylight savings if it's something meant to change the seasons day long or spread it out. How know how to do it? He don't need you to do it. But no, they think it takes them to give you a longer day or a shorter day. You get what I mean? They have tampered with everything Ahia has created and made us think that this is the norm and this is what we should look for and this is the way that it is. So when you look at the flu season, this is a way they eliminated a population. It showed when they gave the other B the same thing. It shows you that all this time, these things are coming to kill, steal, and destroy. What do you think? If Ahia gave you for a season, he expects for you to enjoy it and embrace him because he created it for you. You think those 4 seasons was for Ahia to enjoy down here on earth? No, it was for you to see the work of his right hand giving you 4 seasons in a world. No, we don't see it like that. Oh, I hate winter. I hate cold. I hate fall. I love summer. I hate summer. It's too hot. It's too cold. You know what? These are people who never embraced the Ruach HaKodesh. They don't know nothing about the Ruach HaKodesh. Because once you have the Ruach HaKodesh in you, all these things in which you don't like and things you don't understand, it'll bring things to your understanding. It is the light that rests within you. It'll show you all things. It'll reveal things to you. You will go to it for any and everything because you know it rests in you. It's the same way way with the flu, the daylight savings, the time they switch. It's the same way they do with the flu. They want to give you something, shoot something in your system to accept the season in which a higher has blessed you with. And we run get it like it's really going to protect us. Did you all know life and death has never been in Satan's hands? Life and death is only in the hands of the Most High, a higher. Matter of fact, it ain't in his hands no more. He already did orchestrate it coming in and when you go out. So therefore, he ain't even got it in his hands. It's out of his hands. It's just now in his will. It's got to walk itself out. And we running around here just feeling and believing everything everybody's saying and thinking and doing. And we're making it right, wrong, right. And we are very content. And that leads me up to talk about what's going on in the world, about the war. How is it you caught up in every Republican and Democratic? Oh, the war with Ukraine and Russia. How can a people that has been in captivity for so long be caught up from the flow up in all the things of the world and not caught up in trying to see what side they serve? Be about your Father in the heavens business. But they hollering out of their mouth. They rumbling off their lips, a higher, a higher, a higher. But yet their hearts are so far from him. It's such a distance to where if heaven and hell was before them, they'll drop straight into hell. Their hearts are not right. Their hearts are not fixed. You have to have a fixed heart in this thing. Not a one that I'm thinking, I'm wondering, I don't know, this make me think seconds and all. No, you have to have a fixed heart. You have to know who you are in him. And if you don't, guess what? You know who you serve. If you don't know who you are with, you know who you serve. And that's a sad thing, a very sad thing. Because it shows you who you serve. If you don't know who you are in him, that means you know who you should know who you serve. Because when you know who you are in a higher, you know who you are. And I ain't talking about what your lips fix you to say and how your emotion feels. Your feeling and your personal opinion. This thing is realer than anything you see that is real. Anything you see on your eyes, this is realer than that. Everybody is looking at the wars and talking about we finna have a war and the zombies and polygamy and Republican, Democratic. Everybody talking about all the wrong things. And this is now to me, it's wonderful. It is wonderful that I hear these things, that I behold these things, that I look at these things. And I go crazy at what the sight that I may see of these things. Why? Because it is written. It is written. It is prophesied. These are the things you shall behold, Deborah. All of it is written down. So that's why I say I look at it. And I look at it in the form of wow. Was not he right again as always? This is what he said that will come, that will be before us. And here it is, standing before his prophetess, right before her face, in her eyes. So I say unto you all, while you're getting prepared for the holidays and for the things of the winter, wars and election and who's going to be president and all these things that has no control over the power of my Father. I will be more focused on the one who has the power to allow these things and have allowed these things to come to pass, who has the power to give us a warning in Revelation to let us know when he touched ground, instead of those things that's warn our flesh to fear. And see, this man dipping in and out, he could have hit this car, and they have a tendency of doing that. don't see no problem with it. But when they hit somebody, they say somebody hit them. And I've seen that. And I've seen that more than once. And in my mental state of mind, in my natural, it's like, you mean, how is it you said somebody hit you? You the one going in and out of cars, and you the ones flying. And when they hit, a lot of them, when they hit, they take off. They keep on going. They hit you and keep on going. Now, and believe it or not, the mindsets of people who do that, would you believe they're not going anywhere? They're not going anywhere. Satan got their mind pulled up. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something else. I'm going to go on and tap on this. Sister Deborah, in the last 2 years, been telling you all, have you seen our brothers? Do you see them killing each other? Do y'all not see them killing each other? Do y'all not see them at the level of hate? Even for one another? Y'all not seeing how our men are hating on our women? Y'all not seeing how our men are killing their children? Y'all not seeing anything. I got to say men because if you sit down and gave yourself 2 days and do a search, you'll say, if that old lady don't know what she talking about, I don't know who do. You'll sit and say, Deborah knows what she talking about. It is a large percentage of things going on with our Negro men who call themselves the true Jews. See, this is the part I'm gonna go to my grave, not embrace it. We the true Jews. Yes, you are the true Jews. Now look up how you cutting up from the floor in the world today. So what does the true Jews mean to you? What is that about for you to say you the true Jews? And I don't understand why people are entertaining Kanye or this other guy, still entertaining him. Satan themselves, both of them, and still entertain them. Now you had so many prophets come up and say they are men of Yah. They coming to prove to the world what Yah says. They said that these guys were the two witnesses. These guys are black Moses. These guys are black Aaron. Just calling these people what they are not. They are the synagogue of Satan as well, working in your own nation. Now, I sit back and I think about how many of the prophets, at least I'm not going to say they true prophets, false prophets, have got on this devil platform and proclaimed that these men are of higher. And I said, give them 2 weeks. And it's been 2 weeks. And they have revealed the opposite. They have revealed the opposite. Anybody that is of a higher and have awakening to righteousness, first thing they gonna realize, I need to get out of everything I'm in. And if I'm in a messed up marriage, I need to get out of it. You see, that's what you do. When righteous hits you, everything has to move that's unrighteous out of your life. You begin to get rid of everything in your life that is unrighteous. These guys is nowhere near unrighteous. It's nowhere near righteous. These is what you call hardcore unrighteous. And you can tell many of you all not even righteous, because you should have been able to discern righteous if you are righteous. And if you're not righteous, then that's why you accepted unrighteous in the realm of what is righteous. That's what I was saying last night in the video. Making a higher wrong so you can stand right. And that's a horrible thing. But see, like he said, in your lips says one thing, but your heart, you already know what's up with it. So I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Stop running around here thinking that you role playing a higher. A higher know who you are. Did you know he knew who you were? So you can go on and continue thinking or feeling and making people thinking you are part of the most highest will and righteousness. If you want to, it shows. It shows who you are. Same way with supporting the righteous of a highest people, those he has called, it shows. You don't support them because you are not of a higher. And I'm a prophetess in the wilderness, and I don't have to get your okay, and I don't have to get your approval to be who I am in him. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? And if you know who you are, why ain't you about your father's business? Okay? Why ain't you about your father's business? So I thank the Most High that he has given me so much insight of what is spirit and truth and what is righteous. Because righteous follow righteous. Righteous does the righteous thing. You see? And I told y'all before how I sit back and watch these men be on there. They be drinking and cursing and saying all kind of things. But the people are sending money to them like they giving them all, like they giving them heaven. They're throwing funds to them like they giving them heaven. And I'm like sitting here saying, what this? He said, Deborah, the world loves their own. The world loves their own. So who has to support Sister Deborah? A higher. And that's why I said I'm not going to dig deep in nothing in trying to seek support. Because a higher say though support will be a part of what is righteous, not a part of what you're teaching or you're speaking or you're saying that should be. If a person's righteous, they're going to do my righteous will. And if they not, then you know who they are. And I thank him for that, because it has been it is a witness, a testimony for me. I can go to any place and teach and give that as a testimony. It is known. So that's what he says about their mouth, and their actions in the way that they portray. But he said, the hearts of them, Deborah, is not where it should be. It's not in the righteous will of who I am. And I thank him for that. I thank him for that. I will put up there and I would just, it doesn't matter. Because I was serving a higher before I got on this devil platform, and I'll be serving him from now on. Hallelujah, Father God. Hallelujah. And I'm going to serve him even more. So it is nothing someone needs to do anymore to support Sister Deborah, because a higher than already had nailed me and told me, if righteous does what is righteous and pleasing to me, Deborah, not to you. And if righteous is not doing anything to represent what I said, then it is not righteous. Praise the Most High. So I'm going to continue to run on in the name of the Most High, and continue his will. But I say unto you all this, while you in the business of trying to do this, and get ready for the world and the ways of the world, and seeing who you're going to vote for, who the war is going to be, what type of this coming out. Now they're warning you ahead of time. They're giving you signs. In the world, it's giving you all kind of signs of what they're doing. And you still standing around here worshiping the world and the way they doing things. Praising them it pretty much. Honoring what they doing. Instead of preparing your way to how you want to serve a higher from this day on. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you, I don't want to be long here, but I give that to you. And I thank the Most High for allowing me to come to you this morning, even though I'm halfway past the sickness, but and I'm still going to hold on to his unchanging hands. And I say unto you, I will be back. Shalom.